Five, four, three, two,
Hey.
one. Let's go.
Welcome to the Gascap Podcast. Welcome to the Gascap Podcast.
Later on today, we're going to talk about the newly announced shows for Disney Plus. But first, we have a special discussion, a bit of an emerging discussion, actually, a breaking news, kind of.
This is a Gascap special episode.
Spider-Man's leaving the MCU. What do you guys think?
Maybe,
Yeah, he might
possibly,
be out of the MCU, even though
but he
we're
also
about.
might not.
Yeah. IGN said a thing about it, and it's not real. So that's the thing. So basically, folks at home, if you hear that that my boy Kevin Feige said that
Our good friend Kevin Feige.
yeah, our good friend Kevin Feige, we know everything about the situation. We just don't feel like telling you.
We're Yeah, we kind of
yeah,
just are lazy.
Kevin
We don't want to
Feige.
get
Yeah,
involved.
we have a
Yeah.
close relationship with Marvel Studios.
Yeah, Kevin
kinda
Feige
know
is
everything.
is a very good friend of ours, but we just don't really feel like he tells us everything, but we just don't really feel like telling you guys anything.
Yeah, I don't think you guys deserve it.
Yeah, honestly. Maybe if
Maybe
we
we
get
have
like
the wrong Kevin.
That is true. We might have the wrong Kevin.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that, Kevin. No.
No.
No,
We
let's
missed
not.
our chance to do that emerging breaking news, so let's
Yeah.
ignore that.
On
That
both
was too far
times
off.
too. We could have talked about the more recent thing, but that was like a few weeks ago, so we can.
Oh, there was a more recent thing? I didn't even see
The
that.
thing about like the allegations being quotation marks thrown out.
Oh, that's what I was talking.
The allegations being dropped. I mean, that's
Yeah,
what
that's
you were
what I was
talking
talking
about.
about. That's what
Oh,
I was
okay.
talking about.
Are you talking about the Spacey?
That was
Yeah,
only a
the
few weeks
Spacey.
ago.
Yeah, that was like
No.
that was like
That felt like a long time ago.
that was
Yeah,
the
I thought that was
first
like a
time
month ago.
that was when we were eating at Taco Bell and we just kind of turned around and that was like a news story.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You know, like some
it
people
was a
have
very
a Pearl
cinematic
Harbor
moment.
that like that was the important date that they remember in their mind, but mine was I know where I was when Kevin Spacey's allegations got dropped. I was in
I was
Taco Bell.
eating my Taco Bell tacos
My
Dude,
when
my-
nacho
all of a
fries.
sudden.
My grandchildren are just gonna like walk up to me. I'm just gonna be like in my rocker, and they're gonna be like, "Pappy, what were you doing whenever
The
Kevin
allegations were
Spacey's
dropped on
allegations
Kevin
were
Spacey.
dropped, and then he became president of the United States?" Well, Sonny, I
Wouldn't
was
surprise
I
me.
was sitting at the table eating some nacho fries when I turned around to the
my
TV
good
behind.
my good friend Clayton told me no to phrase, but us. And then I turned around and I saw the man himself, Kevin Spacey, Arch Overlord Kevin Spacey, on the news, and I thought, what's going on with this? And then I read the subtitles and it said, Spacey allegations dropped. And I tell you, that was the day I vowed revenge.
And then the next article was Spacey to be the next Spider-Man after Tom Holland's MCU appearance will be removed.
Hey kids, I'm Spider-Man.
It's literally him trying to
Everyone gets
save people, but they always
every,
run away from him.
Yeah.
everyone gets caught in his web.
All right.
Kevin Spacey's Spider-Man
Okay, so
caught in
for
my
any
web.
for
Oh,
anybody
no.
that hasn't heard about this, could you guys just kind of lay out the whole situation with Spider-Man?
All right. So basically,
Disney wants more money.
yeah,
That's
and
basically it.
Sony, Disney wants more money, and Sony thinks they can do this whole Spider-Man thing without him. Will they
Mhm.
make up or break up? Find out next week on The Bachelor.
Actually, I heard that Sony. I don't think Sony wants Spider-Man out of the MCU. I think they still want him in.
No,
But
they
because
definitely think
Disney.
that they can just like do it without.
Oh, they
Disney.
probably do. They probably do, but
But like, I'm
I
sure
don't know.
like
I feel like they still want him
yeah,
in
they
the
definitely
MCU.
do because like they'll make more money with them in the
Yeah.
MCU with that rather than with him out of the MCU.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
a
the
big
thing,
reason that like so many people like watch MCU movies is that like even if they don't really care that much about the character, they'll still watch it to stay up to date with the story. But
Yeah.
if it's out of the MCU, it's non-Spider-Man fans that are also part of the there are also fans of the MCU will be like a lot less likely to watch it because it's not really that incentive to like hey, you gotta watch this to like stay up to date,
So
If they
the thing
do
that I
drop Spider-Man out of the MCU, I don't know. I feel like that'd be a really bad decision considering, I don't know, I guess the mantle he's taken up after Far From Home.
yeah, he's supposed to be like the new Iron Man.
Yeah, like it would be
So
such a
if,
stupid decision for both Disney and Sony.
because like,
Well,
how would they even in the MCU say what he's doing? Would they just be
Well,
like, oh yeah,
honestly,
after his identity was revealed,
they could
he
like have him
went
up
in
to
a
they'd have
speed.
to
hiding.
just immediately drop it,
I
basically.
mean, since like the scrolls are down there with him, they could just like make it to where they just like kind of zap him up to space with Nick Fury, you know.
I kind of wonder if like maybe that's why they had that there at the end, so that like maybe this stuff was going on like while that movie was being released, so they could kind of like have a way out.
Maybe. Or they could like bring him to Wakanda and just like Winter Soldier him, just like kind of put him in like a cryo freeze until like oh we're just gonna put and then like he becomes like that universe's Spider-Man 2099 or something. It's just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's been 99 years and the people have finally forgotten that you're Spider-Man.
Yeah,
So
It's
the
like
way they explain his exit is he slipped into a cryo chamber and froze.
whoops.
it's just like in Futurama.
The way I understand the situation is that like the way the deal worked before is that Disney got like 5% and now they want 50%.
Yeah, which I think is such a huge. They should just like go for 25%, you know,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
they
going
already
straight for
make.
50 is
Well,
Yeah,
the
is
it's
thing
just
ridiculous.
like
is
so dumb.
like it's a
Making
good
close to 3 billion off the end game, and then
And
this
also
one
they,
making a
or
billion
maybe
far from
maybe it's
home.
flipped. Maybe it's is it Disney that wanted 50% or was it
yeah, it's
Sony that
Disney
wanted
that.
50?
Disney wanted 50
Why
50.
would Sony want 50%?
Did they already get they already got like 95%.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and then Disney got 100% of the merchandising.
I think
Yeah.
Disney wants 50-50 because I guess you could say the amount of work they put in
But
to
but
that movie or those movies.
but Sony does all the work.
Yeah.
Do they do all the work? I don't know.
Yeah, dude.
I think they do most
Yeah, if they
of the
didn't
work.
do all the work, then why would they like why like if they didn't do all the work, then why would Marvel only settle for 5%? If Marvel did like most of the work or half of the work, they would probably get like half of the money, you know?
Yeah. So because
Okay.
that's kind of the deal is it's kind of an unfair deal for Sony that they're
Well, I think like the whole 50% thing is also like they also fund 50% of it too.
oh okay.
But
So
I really don't want like well,
were they
what did you
only
say?
funding 5% before?
No, they weren't funding any of it before.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But apparently like the thing was like the Disney also had to pay like a royalty fee that would like
Hmm.
kind of get smaller as the movie made more money. Like
Okay.
I think it started at like 30,000 or something or like 30 million. Then like as the movie gets like more money, then like that fee gets lower because like they kind of like make the money anyway.
Hmm. Okay, I guess it yeah that makes
But like I really don't want the whole thing of like Sony and Disney doing like half and half because like if that were to happen, it feels like the movies would be like kind of like it feels like their like
not so good.
ideas would be like kind of like
Not fleshed out
yeah,
because
exactly because it's
Sony's
just
gonna
like
want something different than what Disney wants, and there's gonna be a lot of like meddling
yeah,
movies
exactly.
if one side gets too involved. So
Yeah,
yeah, I
like
think it needs
what if Sony wants Venom in the movie, but then like Marvel wants Deadpool in the movie, and then
yeah
it's like Venom isn't part of the movie, but then like Deadpool isn't part of the movie, and it would just wouldn't really flow
yeah
well, you know.
yeah it'll be weird. This is kind of like I think the situation is kind of like Brexit.
Brexit, yes,
Yeah, Brexit because like
except with
it's either
less
like a
immigrants.
yes, it's like a hard either Spider-Man needs to make like a hard shift to the MCU or like Marvel has like full ownership over them,
Hmm.
or they need to just not like they need to just stay with they just shouldn't go through with it. Like one side needs to have more control over it.
Yeah, honestly.
Sony's like the European Union situation,
Which, which honestly,
and
I think that like Sony should have control over it because like so far they've had the control over it and it's been fine.
yeah, and also Sony's kind of picking up with their stuff like Spider Verse. That was
Yeah,
really good.
honestly. Also, like, if you really think about it, like Sony has really only ever made like one really bad Spider-Man movie, you know?
Yeah,
Like
and
which
that
was
movie,
The Amazing
The
Spider-Man
Amazing
2
Spider-Man 2. Yeah.
I like the Amazing Spider-Man too.
Yeah,
I will
but like you
contest
got
that
to
it's
admit
really bad.
it's like the weakest Spider-Man movie.
has one of the best
It's
suits though.
That is
it's
true.
I'm not even really sure it has one of the best suits because the suit's just a comic suit. So like I'm not really sure it's fair to say that movie has the best suit because like
Yeah,
they
that
just
is
kind of
true
took it from the
because
comic book.
like
I really like the first Amazing Spider-Man.
yeah,
Like I think it was
honestly, that one's
interesting.
good. It's just like whenever they try to like interfere with it too much, it's like that's bad. But like with Spider Verse, they didn't really interfere that much because like they
Yeah,
had faith in Phil Lord and Tim Miller. Isn't that their names?
I think it's Chris Miller
Yeah, Tim Miller is the
because
Deadpool guy. I always get
those
their names confused.
those two are like some of my favorite directors. By the way,
Yeah,
like
they're so good, dude.
everything they do is crazy.
Didn't
Like
they do Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs or
they did, and they also did the Lego Movie, I
dude?
think, and the 21 Jump Street movie,
Yeah, they
which
did.
I've only seen the second one of those, but that one's really good.
And they almost did Solo, but look at where that went.
Yeah,
But
I think they would do a good Flash.
a Flash movie?
Yeah, like the Flash.
Yeah, I would like that. Oh, speaking
Yeah.
of which, did you guys hear that Taika Waititi
The
might be
Flash
doing
movie. Oh,
what? No, no. Did you guys hear that Taika Waititi might be doing like an animated Flash Gordon movie?
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
And
Taika
also
Waititi's really hitting him, man.
and
He's getting a
Yeah.
also
lot of stuff.
he's gonna be
He's
in the
got a role.
Mandalorian also.
He's got a role in the Mandalorian.
Yeah, he's gonna be
Nice.
the
He's
IG-10.
potentially gonna be cast in James Gunn's Suicide Squad.
Wait, really?
That's some
Okay. Cool.
news.
Like
Yes.
as who?
I'm not sure yet. All we know is that he
Captain
could be
Boomerang.
cast as somebody.
He
Oh, that
should
would be
be
awesome.
Captain Boomerang. Hey guys,
But then he's
I
also
throw
got
boomerangs and
he's
I
also
just
got
kind of fight crime and stuff.
he's doing the next Thor, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
I think so. And
Yeah, he's
then he's
doing the next
also
Thor.
that
He's
that
got
new
his
And
movie,
show
right?
on FX
And he's
while
doing
we
a
do
new
yeah.
in the
movie, right?
shadows.
Also,
Jojo
if you
Bunny.
like, yeah. Also, Jojo Rabbit. Also, if
Jojo Rabbit.
yeah, Jojo Rabbit is what I
Oh
said.
my god, yeah. He is loaded with stuff, man.
And
Also,
he's
if it
transitioning into like an actor, like not just a director.
yeah,
So
he
that's
is
cool.
honestly. Well, yeah,
Unless he
he
was
always
already
has
an
been an
actor.
actor. Like in
Okay, I
most of
guess I
his
didn't know that.
movies, he kind of
Because
acts in them.
I didn't know about him until Thor, so I only which I
Oh
guess
yeah.
he was an actor in that, but like
Do you have
yeah,
Amazon Prime?
I do not.
Dang. Well, if you ever do, I recommend watch What We Do in the Shadows, and it's either Boy or The Boy. I'm pretty sure it's just Boy,
Okay.
but it's
I
like
wonder if that's
in Boy, it's about like this kid that's like he's like kind of lives in New Zealand with his like
and he's
grandma and his like all his siblings, and his
mhm.
dad's like this escaped like felon, and he's like trying to like find money, and his dad is played by Taika Waititi. He's like
So
this deadbeat dad, and it's pretty good.
both of
It's
those
pretty
movies
funny, and also like
are on Hoopla, so I can get to those. So that's good.
what's Hoopla?
Hoopla is basically like a digital service through like public libraries basically. So like
Oh, nice.
you like your library has to subscribe to it, but basically like
Uh,
once they subscribe to it, anybody that has a card with them can get access to Hoopla, and it's just free. And it's just a bunch of digital stuff. So like you borrow something and you have to return it in like 20 days or something like that.
uh,
And depending on I don't know if it's like how much your library pays or what it is, but like different libraries have different amounts that you can request. Like my our library, it's like you get 6 per month, but other libraries you might be able to get like 9 per month or 10 per month or something.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And it's audiobooks, movies, music, comics, ebooks, television. So music probably doesn't really make sense because we have Spotify. But like audiobooks, it's really good for. It has a bunch of comics on it. Its
Nice.
ebook selection is growing, and so is its movie selection. I haven't really looked at its television,
Okay.
um,
That sounds cool.
but it looks like it has Avatar on it and SpongeBob on it.
Sounds
So
like a lot of
maybe it's got Rick and Morty
hoopla.
on
Oh
it.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's
it's
pretty
got
cool. I'm surprised honestly,
um
because Rick and Morty is kind of like an adult show.
and Jillian Michaels beginner shred.
Oh heck yeah, dude! You gotta use that. Yeah, go
I
for it.
got to. I
Jillian
got it.
Michaels
It's
is a
got
workout goddess, dude.
yes, of course. It's got iCarly, looks like.
Wait, what?
Um,
Nice. You
yeah.
gotta watch
So
that too.
there's some good stuff on here. And something called The Last Enemy, which appears to star Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, cool.
So that's kind of cool.
By the way, I
Courage
just
the
want to
Cowardly
say,
Dog.
oh, cool. I just want to say on this thing, uh, Jerry Trainer is a comedic god, and there's
He's
nothing
su-
you guys can say to change my mind.
he's super underrated in my opinion.
Yeah, honestly, he really
Extremely.
is.
He should be more popular. Like he should
Dude,
have
he
more
should be in the
success.
MCU.
He should. He could be Spider-Man. I mean, honestly.
And yeah, honestly, he really
Perfect.
could.
It's the
I would
perfect
love to see
role.
that. It's just like him yelling at criminals. What's going on?
Nothing's going on.
It
Just
sounds
ignore that.
like
Yeah, it
Emily.
sounds. Yeah, it sounds like there's some like massive cult sacrifices going on in the background.
You don't need to worry about that. That doesn't exist actually.
Is it all in in the interest of Kevin Feige?
It is.
Then
If that helps, and it is.
then I can completely agree with it. You go sacrifice those poor people. You got
Yes.
this, man.
Well,
How long have we been recording now?
17 minutes.
Oh, gee.
I
Nice.
know.
Well, that's the
I
podcast,
was thinking the
guy.
same thing.
But
Well, where do you guys? What do you guys think
about the
is
shows?
okay?
What?
I want you to really think about this. If they do pull Spider-Man out of the MCU,
Dexter's Lab is
what
on
what
it
do you
as
think?
well.
What do you think is going to change? How do you
Honestly, I
think
don't.
it's going to change?
Luckily, he's
Yeah.
kind of in its own like corner. Like he's
Yeah,
not a
honestly,
huge part.
the only character that's like really affected him is Tony Stark, and he's dead. And like most like the normal characters haven't really like interacted enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think we can get by without him. But
Yeah,
it would
exactly.
just honestly like
I was
I don't
thinking.
if he leaves and Sony doesn't like still make Spider-Man movies, I don't think a lot of people even really notice a change.
Yeah, honestly, and also like if you ignore the like the mid-credit scene, of Far From Home, Spider-Man's story just like kind of ends with him swinging through the city.
Yeah.
So like you could just like think he's just kind of like in your own like little head canon, he's just like kind of doing his own thing, not really like worrying
Yeah.
about like other things. And
Yeah.
it's like in the next movie, there's like this huge world-ending thing, and it's just like Spider-Man's just like standing there, just like, well, I would help, but and then like you just like kind of looks over in the dark alleyway, and then like Sony's just like got like the thumbs just like kind of like to the side, and then they just like drop thumbs down. It's just like, I guess I can't really help then. Ah.
That'd be funny.
Then like
Yeah, I
he
don't.
just like sees several people just die. It's,
Well, I was
I think
thinking.
this will have a minimal effect on the movies,
honestly,
And
yeah.
honestly, like
What I was thinking was with the amount of like things that are going to come out in the future for the MCU Phase 4, I'm also not really concerned about him leaving because if
there's so much other stuff.
if he's supposed to be like the next Tony Stark, but they end up pulling him out, I mean like we still have Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
Yeah,
honestly.
So we
so
still
Reed
have.
Richards could kind of take over there.
Also,
Yeah.
it feels like a lot of the upcoming movies are just like gonna be kind of doing their own thing. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah,
gonna
like they're
like
not.
kind of be a lot less interconnected, so that they can like focus
Yeah,
more on like style and whatnot. You know?
yeah,
So
Yeah.
like, it feels like it won't really matter anyway. You know?
yeah. So honestly, maybe like because Spider-Man coming in was like at the height of like the interconnectedness, like with Civil War, you know. So
Yeah,
him,
honestly.
maybe him leaving is almost symbolic
Yeah,
of like
honestly.
how it's going in a different direction.
Also, like it feels like since Marvel and since Sony has Tom Holland and John Watts contracted for 2 more movies, um, it feels like they could just like kind of like keep doing Spider-Man, but just not in the MCU. You know, just like kind of
Yeah,
continue
I
from
think they
that
could.
cliffhanger, and just
I yeah,
like
I
even though like Iron Man is kind of like a huge part of his character, they could just like kind of like continue without him just like not referencing like Tony
because
Stark at all. You know?
honest,
Well,
uh,
also
the last movie was kind of him
Spider-Man's
getting off.
villains, the villains in both Spider-Man movies, Homecoming and Far From Home, are kind of, I don't know, I guess you could say both getting at Stark. Like he's the reason they kind of became villains in a way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
now they're
they don't have to keep doing that.
yeah,
They could
exactly.
have other villains.
Like
Well, we
now
don't have to
they're
keep doing that, but
well like
like
now
wasn't
well like now their enemy is Spider-Man, you know.
Yeah,
Like they've kind of moved
exactly.
past the whole Tony Stark thing, and now their enemy is just Spider-Man, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like
Like maybe
just because it's part of their origin doesn't mean that it has to be like part of their character forever, you know.
you know.
yeah.
I guess now that he's dead now, they probably wouldn't have to be so mad.
I honestly think
Yeah, true.
it might even end up being better for the movies if he's not a part of it,
Yeah,
because then
maybe.
they can just be their own thing. Like they don't have to tie. Sorry.
Also like it feels like with Far From Home, it kind of like went away from the whole like it felt like at like by the end of the movie Peter Parker was less of like one was less of like another Iron Man and more of like hey like I'm just trying to be my own person like it's cool, you know.
Hmm.
Like like he just like kind of like does his own thing, you know. So I mean like it could just be like that, you know. Like it was all like the whole thing of that movie was him like already just like kind of like trying to move on from Tony Stark's like kind of shit. Dang it! I just
But
realized that that like Happy won't be a part of it anymore. Like
oh,
they
that's
can't. Yeah,
true.
he
Yeah.
can't, and he's like a big part of that. Dang. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not. Yeah. I don't know how they do it without Happy then. Cause
Well,
like.
they could like as long as they don't have the stories like involve them, they could still do it.
Yeah, but how'd they explain Happy being there? You know.
Like being
Well,
there or
you
being
know, they
gone.
could always do like, I don't know, a little bit of a time jump.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
like
Age
like.
maybe
Tom Holland up a little bit.
the new next movie like happens after the big at the end. Like and it's like way in advance and it's like dealing with the fallout.
I don't know. Maybe.
Or, hey, you know what?
Like maybe it's kind of
They
comedic. Like
could,
maybe it's just
they
okay.
could in a way keep him in the MCU. Just his storyline is on hold, and then they do their own thing for Sony. That's if this deal doesn't fall through. Because then they could do like an alternate universe where he's in the Venom universe, or it's a completely new one, just a little bit
Yeah,
better than
they could
Amazing
just like
Spider-Man.
kind of they could just like kind of do some side stories with like just Tom Holland
Yeah,
as Peter Parker, you know.
I feel
that's
like
what
they
I was
could
thinking
really
is
do a good job with that.
that's what I was thinking is like it's like I think like Happy's an important part of the stories that they were telling, but if they're not going to tell those kinds of stories, I don't think he's really necessary.
You could just
Yeah.
do
Like
like
he doesn't have to show up. Like he can be
yeah, honestly.
separate.
You could just do like a James Bond type thing where like just like do like a couple movies where like the continuity doesn't matter that much. Just say they're
Yeah,
like not canon, like just like maybe just like adapt like some like some like iconic
famous stories.
storylines, you know.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. But still
Eh,
with Tom Holland.
Yeah, but still with Tom Holland, of course.
Yeah.
All right. Well, to get off Spider-Man now,
But
what do
still
you
on
guys
Marvel.
think of the new
I think
Disney
this is
Plus shows?
our third Marvel related podcast episode. And
Yeah, man.
honestly,
Marvel's
technically,
just got the news cranking out.
if we still had the audio for the one that you had to make into episode 2, it would be our fourth. Because that one was about who should play Wolverine.
Yeah, honestly, which I like as a little bit of a like not a reminder because they didn't hear it in the first place, but as a little bit of a information thing for the audience. I really want Charlie Day to play Wolverine.
Yeah.
I think he'd be a perfect Wolverine, and I do not care who says otherwise.
And then I
I
had a
think
huge.
the Wolverine that we're going to get, or I don't know.
It
I
needs to
don't
be
think we're gonna
radically
get the
different.
Wolverine that we want, but he'll still be a good Wolverine.
What do you mean?
Like, I feel like an unknown actor would be probably the best Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Because
is
I don't
true. Like
really
just
like people say, "Oh, I want Tom Hardy or whoever else," but
yeah,
I don't
definitely not
see
Tom
him
Hardy.
as Wolverine. I don't see
Hey, Nate, you
Tom
said
Hardy or
Tom Hardy. Like,
Christian Bale.
what? Wasn't that your suggestion?
That was my vote at the time, but it was only because that was like one of the only things I could think of. And
Hmm.
like he's one of the people that if it came down to it, I'd be like, okay, well, just give it to Tom Hardy
Yeah, but
because
like,
he could probably do a good enough job with it. But
uh,
I kind of want to see somebody else.
oh shit, what if
Tom Holland plays Wolverine.
yeah, wait, what if dude, they just like
Spider
bring him
Man.
back in but just as Wolverine. But
Yeah.
what if Sony agrees to go back into the MCU but under one condition that Venom is like retroactively canon?
Yes.
Like
And then
what
Tom
if?
Hardy can show up as
Yeah,
Venom in the
exactly.
MCU.
Honestly, I haven't actually seen Venom yet, so I don't know. That
Me
could be a
neither.
cool idea, but I don't really know.
Hey, I have a question.
I mean, like, well, sorry, can I say this real quick?
Yeah.
I mean, like, Venom in the MCU might be like a cool thing because like they could improve his character.
Yeah.
But continue. Sorry for interrupting.
Okay. So I haven't seen the 2003, I think it was. Um, but ignoring the actor change, is there any reason why that movie and the 2008 movie couldn't be
Oh,
what
what?
about the
Uh,
What are you
is
talking
there
I
any
about?
think because they're mostly separate.
but is there any story reason? Because that movie, the 2008 movie starts after his origin, and I'm pretty sure the origin is in the first movie. So is there any story reason why they couldn't be
Well,
the
Wait,
same
what are you guys
series?
talking about? You guys kind of cut out.
Oh, the
the 2003
2003.
Hulk and the 2008. I think the 2003 Hulk,
That is
his
true.
But
That
origin
that
could
is a
be.
little different because he didn't. In the 2008 Hulk, it looks like he wasn't in an accident. He was kind of like it looked like he was volunteering for something.
Yeah, it looked like
yeah.
in the Ang Lee Hulk, it wasn't it like something to do with his parents or something? Like it was something weird
Uh,
like that.
I think so, but I think in that one that one was an accident.
But you
He
could
got
maybe
stuck in the
say
chamber because there was a guy. I think he
it
got
was
his
an
hand stuck.
accident though.
That is true.
You could say it
You
was
could
an
maybe
accident.
you could say it was an accident in the 08 one. So here's my suggestion: if you can make them fit together, you were talking about retroactively making Venom a part of it. I think we should retroactively make the '08 Hulk not a part of it,
Why
and
not?
just make that they just make those two movies, or retroactively put the '03 Hulk into.
Is it just because the actor
Are you
changed?
saying basically just delete the 2008 Hulk from the
Yeah, I'm
MCU?
saying either delete it and make that its own series with the old Hulk, or just put the old Hulk into the
With Edward Norton?
I could agree
with
with that
with
because
Edward.
really
Well,
there
Edward Norton's
is
already in it.
Yeah, honestly,
that
I'd be
entire
down with
movie
that.
served no purpose.
Yeah, because
Just
like
put the Ang Lee Hulk in.
they never like reference Abomination again. Like
Yeah,
the only character that really returns from that's also played by the same actor is the General. That's it.
yeah.
Yeah, because he
Yeah,
So
shows
Ross,
back up in Civil War.
Civil War.
maybe they should put the Ang Lee Hulk into retro.
Yeah, honestly, they could do that.
I think they could.
We could just like
Hmm.
have a Hulk first movie where it's just like like current MCU Hulk and Ang Lee Hulk and Edward Norton Hulk, and they're just like
Yeah,
fighting things
yeah.
into the Hulk
I
verse.
don't. Hulk is. It seems like a really tough character to make a good story about.
Yeah,
Actually, they
honestly.
should do a they should
Like,
do a
and I
prequel.
know there's a lot of good comics about the Hulk, but it doesn't seem like they've been able to nail the movies. You know,
Yeah.
They need to do it as a horror movie.
that would be good, but they couldn't do it in the MCU. They'd have to do it in separate things.
Yeah, they should do like that. That's what they should do. They should make '08 Hulk like separate, and then they should do a prequel, like where he's like, because at the beginning of that movie where it's like 100 or so days since the last incident, they should like show
Yeah.
what the last incident was.
Dude, what if what if that show takes place in the same continuity as the 70s TV show? That was
Yes.
70s, right?
Yeah, it was the '70s with Lou Ferrigno.
Yes, Lou Ferrigno.
Lou
Yeah.
And it's
Ferrigno is
just like
going to reprise
Is it
his role
Ferrigno
as
or
the
is it Ferrigno or Ferrigno?
it's
Ferrigno.
it's spelt like Ferrigno, but like I don't really know how like it's pronounced.
Yeah. Okay, so Disney shows. What do you guys think?
I'm extremely excited for The Mandalorian, and
Hmm.
also I'm super excited for Ewan McGregor to be Obi-Wan again.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like it's gonna be good. I'm kind of excited for Moon Knight.
Yeah, me too. I just don't I'm just not really sure who they get to play him. Honestly, like I've heard a
Yeah.
lot of people say like Keanu Reeves, and I'd be so down for that.
Hmm.
Also, they've said like Harry Styles might be Nova,
Okay.
which honestly he did a good job in Dunkirk.
And
So
yeah, Dunkirk was really good. Shout
I
out to Dunkirk.
honestly like I thought it was one of the more boring like war dramas I've seen.
Oh,
Cause
really?
like
I enjoyed it.
it's just there's no central character to just be like kind of like attached to, and it's just like I can't really get into that whenever it's just like a bunch of like I would be fine with that if it's just like if all the people like kind of had like distinct personalities and whatnot, but it's just
I
like it's just soldiers, like like soldiers are kind of meant to be like kind of like all the same. Like they're kind of have like meant to they're kind of like trained to have like kind of the same mindset about everything and whatnot. So like it's just hard for me to really get attached to those characters whenever it's just like, oh, they're just soldiers.
I just sort of enjoyed the visuals of it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean it's a very like well-made movie. Like it was cool to see in like it was like very cool to like see everything in like the theater, but it's just like the only characters that like really stood out to me were like the family on that boat. That's it.
Hmm.
Like a lot of the characters just like I kind of like at times I even like just forgot who was who. It's just like, wait, was this character the character that did that, or was like what's going on
Yeah.
right now?
Okay, I
It's
can kind
like,
of understand that. It's been a while
yeah.
since I watched it.
But it is a well-made movie. I will say that. Like
Yeah, it is.
it's just like in my opinion, it's Christopher Nolan's weakest movie.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. I've only seen the Batman movies and Interstellar, so I haven't
Oh
seen
yeah.
like any of his others. But I'd like to see Inception.
By the way, guys,
So
what's I kind of want to talk about this because like it just like it made me like slightly frustrated, but what's like a movie on like what's like a movie that you've seen recently or like just like I guess just in general, like what's the a movie that just like completely wastes your time, like just
Waste.
like it's just like you think it's gonna go somewhere or something, but then it just like it's bad, but you don't realize that it's bad until the end of the movie. Whenever it's like finished, and then you're just like, wait, did I just like waste like my entire did I watch
uh,
just waste like
I
two
know I've
hours watching
seen one
this?
of those movies.
It was £7.
Oh, I
So
know what movie it
that
was.
was a waste of 1 hour, like halfway through the movie.
Honestly, I've kind of expected you to say that.
You
Wait,
know
was
what
did you
movie?
talk about that during the episode 2, the one that like I lost the?
Oh yeah, I think I did actually, because we talked about Netflix.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I guess if you want to like go on a rant about that again, you can.
Oh, okay. So basically, my issue with 7 pounds, for those of you who don't know, is that it's like, so I love Will Smith, right? But like, that's a really bad Will Smith movie because it doesn't tell you what like the story is because it's like all out of order chronologically, and you're supposed to like find it, and you're supposed to like figure it out like later, but it's like
Uh.
so boring on the way there that you just gotta get done with it. Like,
Oh yeah. So it's not
yeah,
like it isn't intriguing. It's just like the way it is. It's just
yeah,
like, oh, okay.
yeah,
Does
it's
it
just
feel like
boring and like not really a payoff. Maybe there is a payoff, but I didn't really
does it
care to
feel
stick
like
around to figure it out.
does it feel like the weird chronological order is just a gimmick rather than an actual like
Yeah,
stylistic choice?
yeah.
I get that.
Hmm.
What's yours?
And also like
Oh wait, go
because
ahead.
because you don't know the story, some of it just like doesn't make any sense like
Oh
while you're
yeah.
watching. And not like in a mystery kind of way. Like it just there's no like you don't understand what you're watching.
Yeah,
But
honestly, like
that's all I
in a drama like that, I mean, it's just kind of dumb to have it like be like all out of order and whatnot. It works best whenever it's like an action movie or a thriller
Mhm.
or
Yeah.
just like a mystery. It's just like then it's like, oh, what's going on here, you know? But if it's just like a guy that's just like kind of like doing stuff, it's just like, okay, what is this, you know?
Yeah.
All right, so Clayton,
You know what
what's your thing?
movie really wasted my time?
Uh huh.
I want you to take a good guess of what I'm gonna say.
Are you gonna say Last Jedi?
Yes.
I'm gonna kill you.
Okay.
I'm
That
hacking
movie,
into your computer right now, and
I
it's gonna
actually feel
explode
like
in your
that movie
face.
wasted my time at the end. I was so disappointed
Okay,
in
guys, that
that
was the
movie.
Gascap Productions podcast. We'll see you later.
The end of that movie, okay, when she saves Finn's life, I was like, are you freaking kidding me? This guy has been like the big coward the whole time, and you're gonna take away his sacrifice? Oh my god,
But
so
it's the
stupid.
thought that counts, all right?
It's
Yeah, it's
not
the
the
thought that
thought that
counts.
counts.
All right, guys. Last thoughts on the shows. I guess like just thoughts in general because we didn't really talk about it that much. Like,
uh, I think they're gonna be pretty good.
is that all we have to
I'm
say? Is that they're
really
On
gonna be
what?
pretty good?
excited for the Mandalorian.
Oh
Uh,
yeah,
I'm super excited for the What If series because
yeah, me
I
too.
hear they're gonna do Peggy Carter as
Captain
basically,
America.
yeah, the female Captain America.
But I
So
guess she would
that'll
be
be
like
cool.
Captain Britain instead.
Yeah.
British.
Yeah, that it'll be the MCU's first Captain Britain.
That is
The
true.
WandaVision show sounds a lot more interesting than I thought. I'm
Uh,
not as excited for Loki
yeah, honestly,
because,
me neither. And also, like, just the logo looks just stupid in my opinion.
oh yeah, I don't like the logo either.
Yeah,
There
Yeah.
was one more show. What was it? Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
yeah,
That one, they
I'm
haven't
excited for
really
that.
talked about that one much. So I'm
They
not
said
really
that
sure how to feel
Baron
about it.
Zemo's gonna be in it, and he's gonna have
That's
the
all we
mask.
really know, though.
Yeah, yeah, that
Like,
is true.
it's cool that he's gonna have his costume
Mm.
Mhm.
from the comics, but we still like. I mean, the most that I know is that a lot of the plot is gonna be around the government not wanting uh, Sam to be Captain America.
Oh, really?
That's the most I know about it,
Hmm.
and that may be
Interesting.
false or maybe true. Either way,
Well, we do
I don't
know
know.
because we're super close to Kevin Feige.
Yeah,
Uh,
Kevin
so
Feige's our main boy, but like we just don't really feel like telling you guys.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause like you guys are just
yes,
peasants. You know.
did we
There we
just lose
go.
all that?
Yeah. Sorry. No, it was just like those couple seconds. All right. So
Okay. Well, are we gonna wrap up this episode of the
wait.
Gascap Podcast?
I haven't ranted about my thing yet.
Oh yeah, rant about your thing.
Yeah. All right. So I watched this movie called Wait, are we done talking about? Also I want to say I'm extremely excited for the Hawkeye show, just 'cause like
Yeah.
I know about like the comic that it's like it's kind of bringing up
Based
like
on.
yeah, it's the comic that it's kind of based on, and it's just like it looks crazy good. Yeah, I mean I don't really know how it looks, but like it's
Well, we've
like
seen
just the
footage.
premise sound. Wait, we have?
Yeah, Kevin showed us footage.
Oh yeah, we have. Yeah. In fact, we even like got to see Jeremy Renner himself talk about the show that
Yeah,
he's gonna be in.
we actually got creative input into the show.
Yeah, honestly. So expect a lot of Gascap Productions plugins in that show.
Yes.
It's like
This act.
all of Hawkeye's arrows just say Gascap Productions on it.
You're gonna shoot me? Ah, this is just like on my favorite YouTube channel, Gascap Production.
All right,
All right.
so
Well.
I watched a
Yeah.
movie called The Bad Batch the other day, and I
Hmm.
was super excited for it because it had Jim Carrey, Keanu Reeves, and Jason Momoa in it, and I was like, dude, this and it looked like kind of like like it was like basically like the premise of the movie is that like something happens in the government to where like basically anybody who's like deemed like kind of like lower class or just like kind of like weird or something are labeled like bad batch or something. They don't really explain it that well at all in the movie. They just like label it as like bad, like the bad batch or something, and they like kind of like get it just like kind of thrown out to like live in this like kind of desert wasteland. And like throughout the whole movie, you're following this like lady, and like in the first like kind of like 30 minutes, she gets like both her like her right arm and leg cut off to like be eaten or something, and then like she escapes. And then after that, like she basically like finds this this woman and her daughter, and it's like she kills the woman because she's a cannibal, and like she like has a thing against cannibals now because like she gets her leg and arm eaten off and whatnot, and it's like and then she takes the kid home, and then the woman is Jason Momoa's wife, and then it's like he's trying to find his kid, and I'm not explaining this at all well, but it's just like nothing in the movie makes sense, and also like Keanu Reeves is kind of the villain of the movie, but you don't know that he's the fucking sorry language, you don't know that he's the villain until the like basically like he kidnaps the girl, and you see him kidnap the girl, but the movie waits like 40 minutes until they even bring that up again. Like it isn't until like the lady just like the lady doesn't even find the girl. Like she's just put like the girl is part of this cult now, and then she just like kind of sees the cult just walking around, and she just sees the girl and says like, oh, there she is, and it's like there's like none of the things in the movie are like any like actual like nothing even matters, and like it sets up this whole like it doesn't even set like basically throughout most of the movie, she hates Jason Momoa because he's a cannibal. And then at the end of the movie, she's basically like, "Hey, you want to like date or something?" And it's like, "What?" It's so stupid.
Hey, Caleb.
What?
So your audio for like the past minute or two has like cut out. So,
Why didn't
if
you
you wouldn't mind
say?
just like talk about like what you were just talking about again, so we could actually.
Oh,
Yes, could you
what?
explain the plot of the new Aquaman one more time?
What
Yeah,
did?
I heard Jason Momoa. Was it about
What did you
Aquaman?
miss?
Well, you said you were gonna talk about a movie, but then it cut off.
What?
I heard all of it.
What?
Come on, Clay. Come on, Clayton.
Oh,
What did you say then? What did I say?
You
What's the
said
plot of the
everything. I
movie?
heard everything. I heard
you
everything.
said Jason Momoa is the worst Aquaman to ever exist and that Kevin Feige should replace him. But we tried to
That is
argue
true.
with you that Kevin Feige can't be a part of two universes then you scream the saying that Kevin Feige can do what Kevin Feige wants.
All right, do you guys just want me to like kind of cut that part out and then just like want me to repeat myself and then
No, I heard you.
you did hear
We
me?
heard you.
Yes. I was
Yeah, I
was
get
trying to mess
pranked,
with you.
son.
I was trying to
You
mess with
forget.
you.
You both sicken me.
Hey, I wasn't even in on it. I
Yeah,
ruined the
Clay,
joke,
yeah,
but you
you
didn't
ruined
catch
it.
on.
But like, yeah, and it's like,
I heard everything.
and also like, there's like this like basically like Keanu Reeves is like the leader of this like this kind of utopia in the desert,
I'm
and
gonna
like
be honest.
what?
I have no idea what you're saying. This entire time, I have
Exactly, dude.
no
Exactly.
idea.
This is the movie, dude. This is the movie.
We're gonna have
Exactly.
to sit down and watch this movie sometime.
Yeah, let's watch
Okay,
it
if
together
you
so I can
really
get
want to.
a better context for this. All right, we should probably
All
wrap
I
it up at
know
this point.
is that Jason Momoa is a cannibal. Keanu Reeves is in it for some reason.
And it
I don't
sucks
know
because
anything
like
else.
so many of these actors could have done like so good, and it's like this could have been such a phenomenal movie. They basically had the whole thing handed to them on a plate, just
On a
like
platter.
on a platter, and they just like they basically like it was basically like,
No,
hey, I'm
I think
Keanu
plate
Reeves and
works
I
better
could
for
like
this metaphor.
completely get your movie good stuff. And it's like, oh, I'm also Jim Carrey, and like I could make your movie be good, and also, oh, I'm Jason Momoa, and I could make your movie be good, but they don't do that. They don't make the movie
And
be
I'm
good.
Kevin Spacey, and I can make you feel good.
Well, I think that's probably
All
a good
right,
place
well,
to wrap up.
we're gonna
So,
wrap up this episode of the Gascap Podcast. Thanks for watching. If you
thanks for
even made it
watching, and
this
we'll see you
far,
next week probably.
Dude,
next week,
honestly, this is like a
maybe,
really short
probably.
podcast episode.
But that's okay.
Like,
This is about like a 40-minute
yeah, about
podcast
40
episode.
minutes. So it's not really
Yeah.
asking too much of the audience to like bear with us for this long.
That is true. Yeah.
Honestly.
So if you made it this far, comment Jason Momoa is a cannibal.
Hey, we
And that
might as
Kevin
well.
Feige.
If they made it this far, we might as well tell them one of the secrets that Kevin told us.
Oh yeah, that
Oh.
the whole deal is just a ruse so people will pay more to see the next Spider-Man movie.
Yeah. Also, there's the whole